So in case you missed it, Laura Loomer said something horrible today. She tweeted it out, and I'm going to be reading that tweet in a response. So from Laura Loomer, alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. And someone responded, Michael Gillette, and it says, there aren't 65 million undocumented people in the United States. There are 65 million Latinos in the United States. This has never been about crime. It has always been about white supremacy. And he's right.
Oh, looks like something is going on. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So all credits goes to the creators in these videos, always. And guys, in today's video, let's see what's going on.
So prominent MAGA influencer Laura Loomer, who is a far-right activist, tweeted that alligators' lives matter. One, obviously, she's just spewing out racist rhetoric with that one because she's trying to counteract the whole Black Lives Matter, which is very weird. But then she follows up after saying alligator lives matter to say, she says alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. There's roughly 63.7 million Hispanics or Latin people who are in America. 65 million meals, you say, huh? And this is why people say there's no hate like Christian love. Like, what? Like, I'm just so confused. Mind you, I'm a Christian and I can't understand for the life of me MAGA Christians and what their values are and what their beliefs are. Because clearly it's not people. They claim to be pro-life, but they want people to be eaten by alligators. People who were made in the likeness and in the image of God to be eaten by alligators. And saying alligators' lives matters, and this is good for the alligator because now they get free meals. Like, I just don't understand like how someone can make a comment like that and people still support her. This is the problem we have with the world. These humans are evil. They're literally worshiping Satan.
So a lot of white people are waking up to just how dark America is and can get, okay? When it was black people, you ain't care. Black lives didn't matter. All lives matter to you. But now Laura Loomer tweeted that alligator lives matter, okay? And that if they begin today, they will have 65 million meals. Where did that number come from? Baby, they are sitting here joking about the Latino population and feeding them to the alligators in the alligator Alcatraz detention camp. Yeah. So now that, you know, it's other people that are more close into proximity of white people, whether they're immigrants or not. See, their skin don't look like ours, so their lives matter. And, you know, all of that. But when it was the Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. But now that it's the alligator lives that matter, their attention is, you're going to feed people to the alligators? They don't deserve that. They deserve fish. Like, do you really care about the Hispanic and Latino population? Do you really care about what's happening? Do you really care that now that, you know, everything is being televised and social media, and you can't hide what they're doing? But for years, we've been saying what they've been doing to us. For years, they have been experimenting with us. For years, they have been kidnapping us and doing experiments with our body, taking our melanin, taking our organs, everything. And nobody cared of how deep and how dark this country was. So now we're sitting back and you guys are saying, where are the blacks? Where are the blacks? Baby, sitting back watching the fucking show that y'all can finally open your eyes and see. What they're doing now is the same thing they've always been doing. It's just that it's not just being done to black people anymore. Now it's being done to people who are lighter. And now it has your attention for whatever reason. But this is what they've always been doing since they've came on this planet, let alone into this country. So now it matters. Why? Because the alligator lives matter.
I don't want to speak for the Latino community, but after seeing Laura Loomer post that the alligators are going to have 65 million meals if we start today, like the Latinos for Trump, Where you at?
You're not going to hear about this on the news, of course, but one of the president's top advisors, Laura Loomer, just called for the genocide of Latinos in the United States. In a tweet, when talking about the alligators at Trump's newest concentration camp for undocumented immigrants, Alligator Alcatraz, she said, "Alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now." You guys, there are not 65 million undocumented immigrants or immigrants in the United States. But you know what there is 65 million of? Latinos in the United States. And that's exactly who she is talking about when she is referring to the 65 million meals for the alligators at Alligator Alcatraz. This is proof that it was never about the immigrants. It was always about making America white again. They are no longer hiding it. They are saying it out loud. And it is time that we start believing when they tell us who they are.
Laura Loomer. Alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. There are not 65 million immigrants, as this person says, Arturo. There are 65 million Latinos in this country. We are not alligator food. We are people. We are human beings. This is fucking disgusting. Laura Loomer is literally threatening every single brown person in this fucking country. White supremacy has always been the point.
The mask is off. Republicans, this is your party now. Your party is openly calling for an entire race of Americans to be fed to alligators. Laura Loomer, who is a close advisor of Trump, tweeted, "The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now." Who could possibly defend this? MAGA, how is this defensible? Trump supporters, how is this defensible? There are not 65 million people that are here without authorization who cross the border illegally that are undocumented. That's not what 65 million is referring to. She's referring to the number of Hispanic people that live in the US, including citizens, including people that immigrated here legally, followed all of the rules, including people that are married to citizens that were born here. She says that all of those people should be fed to alligators simply because they're Hispanic. This is your party. This is the Republican Party now. Silence is violence.
Laura Loomer said that the 65 million Latinos in this country should be food for alligators. Never forget that Laura Loomer said that Alligator Alcatraz would create 65 million meals for alligators. Now, you might think it's a joke, but they fed our babies to alligators, and they thought it was so funny that they put it on candy boxes, they put it on tobacco boxes, they put it on coffee cans, they put it on soap boxes. But the reason why black and brown people can't fight to win a future where we are truly liberated is because we are programmed. There are 4 walls that block in the minds of black and brown people, and we've been at this a whole lot longer than y'all, so let me tell you what they are. We've been programmed to worship white folks, to objectify women, to fear going to hell, and to value money over all else. Now, I'm talking to the black and the brown people because with white folks, half of them are racist and half of them are playing the wait and see game. It's not affecting them, so they're like, let's see how this goes. Worshiping white people means we'll always find a reason to justify what it is that they do. And so you have a white God, white Jesus, white angels, white saint. It puts the idea in your mind that white is right. But the thing is, there were no white people in the Bible, not one. And the Israel of today was created in 1948 by people who wanted to put themselves in the story. Now, objectifying women means you'll nullify their contribution, and mediocrity will always wear the mask of superiority. And so how can we have the best of the best operating on our behalf if we take half of the population, which is all the women, and say, you don't know anything, get over there? The next thing is we've been taught to fear hell, so we won't fight back because we think that there's some punishment that awaits us for doing so. And lastly, we've been taught to value money over all else. A lot of the people who support Trump do so because he has money, and they think, hey, he must be right because he was able to amass so much money. Now, if somehow we can break down even 2 of those programs, we will be able to fight and win.
You see this tweet from Laura Loomer that I hope will make Latinos for Trump realize that these people will feed you to an alligator if they could. If you don't know who Laura Loomer is, consider yourself lucky. She is a far right-wing personality who seems to have Trump's ear, or something else, because there are rumors that she's having an affair with Trump. She seems to be someone who can advise Donald Trump on things like firing his National Security Council officials, and he listens. So when somebody like Laura Loomer says that they want to start feeding alligators 65 million people, you need to start paying attention. And specifically, where did she get the 65 million number from? Because like people have been pointing out, there aren't 65 million immigrants in the US, but there are 65 million Latinos. And of course, Laura responded to that claim that she's talking about Latinos by doing conservative girl math. Her math goes 20 million under Reagan, 20 million under Biden, 2 million more under Biden, a few more under Obama, times how much we reproduce like rabbits, equals 65 million. Okay, you're not gonna minus those kids who were born here who technically they're a citizen? Again, she's just making all this up. She didn't just pull that number out of a hat. There are 65 million Hispanic people in the US according to the census. So what she's talking about right here is ethnic cleansing, including those Latinos for Trump who voted for them. I kept trying to say from the beginning, nobody is going to be safe under this administration. And people really thought, well, if I align myself with white supremacy, they'll like me. No, they got what they wanted, your vote, and now they get to do what they want, stuff like this. But unfortunately, I think for some people, even reading something like this is still not enough of a wake-up call.